I was sitting on the plane when suddenly it descended. When I opened my eyes, the plane was heading straight toward the ground. I heard a voice in my ear. All passengers are requested to check their seatbelts because the plane is about to land. I quickly checked my seatbelt. When I had fallen asleep, my seatbelt had slipped slightly off my shoulder, so I adjusted it. I looked at the person next to me. He was an older man with a short beard. During the landing, he had both eyes tightly closed and his hands were firmly gripping the armrests. His mouth was moving, but I couldn't hear any sound. After a short while, the plane landed on the ground. This was my 3rd year living outside Afghanistan in London, and I would return there every 3 years. An announcement came, "You may now disembark from the plane." I also stood up and took my 2 bags from the overhead compartment, one small and one large. But one bag was so heavy that I walked awkwardly with it, as it contained gifts for my family. Everyone would be very happy with them. I went from the plane to the terminal, showed my passport and visa to the officer, and he gestured permission to proceed with a wave of his hand. I moved forward and saw my cousin Ehsan calling me. "Ali, oh Ali, wait!" I turned towards him. He was walking towards me very quickly with signs of happiness visible on his face. We had spent our childhood and youth together very well, sharing freedom, jokes, and laughter. He came close and in a local accent said, "Hey, why are you walking so fast? You're not looking at anyone!" I laughed and he hugged me so tightly that I almost complained that he was hurting me. I also hugged him back, held him tightly, then let go, and we walked tiredly. He said, "Come on, let's talk, and we'll welcome you properly later at home." He took the large bag from me and without any reason laughed at it. I didn't understand what he was thinking about, so I laughed along with him. Ehsan was a very simple and polite person. We had also studied together in the same school. We exited the terminal. There in one spot stood his Toyota car, which he had bought new. He walked ahead of me and quickened his steps. He pressed the key switch. The car doors opened automatically. We put the bags in the trunk and sat in the car. As the car started, the air conditioner also activated. Ehsan looked at me and in his local accent said, "Ali, are there such beautiful and functional cars in London?" I said, "No, these are made just for you." Then both of us burst into laughter and he started the car. He drove at normal speed, but I felt very sorry seeing that not even one driver of vehicles in Afghanistan obeyed traffic laws. Someone would drive a motorcycle on 3 wheels, and others would cross 3 color signals with white eyes, and none of them thought that a small mistake and violation could cause physical and financial damage to another person. I looked around. The bag was lying at the end of the room. I went to get the bag, but the man said, "No, nephew, don't bring it to me, I'll go myself." He stood up and sat by the bag. He put his hand in one pocket, but didn't find anything with his hand. Then he put his hand in another pocket and bent over a little with it. After a little while, he pulled out a white and beautiful key from the pocket and opened the bag's lock with it. He was taking things out and putting them back in the bag, and I was watching him. Then he pulled out a book that was very old, and its cover was half torn and half not. He sat there with the bag and looked at the book very intently, as if it was the first time he had seen this book. Then he came back and sat in his place. He said, "My son, can you see this book?" I said, "Yes, I see it." He said, "This is the book that contains the whole story of my life. Don't look at my current condition that I'm in this state. I have spent times like this, I have laughed at times, but life led me down a path that became the cause of deep sorrow and threw me into the mouth of the snake. You just do this much. Take this book to Hosina and tell her that I still keep her in my heart like I saw her on the first day. The beauty of your face and attractiveness, one of them is still bright in my heart like you had done on the first day." Then she made cold and long excuses. From her green and gray eyes, tears were flowing like streams. Just as the sun hides behind the mountain in winter, she too was trying to hide her tears, but was unsuccessful in this attempt, and the pain of her heart was evident from her appearance. To anyone seeing her condition, it was clear that this person was in love like Majnun, and her heart was badly broken in love for him. God exists. I was also brought under great emotion. I placed his hands on my hands and said to him, "Uncle, although I don't know you and don't have information about your life, I can understand you better than anyone." The man, who had his head bowed, now raised his head and in a choked voice said, "No, my child, you could never understand me. May God protect everyone from my condition." We were in this conversation when the sound of someone's footsteps was heard. The man gave me that book and said, "My son, deliver this trust to her and I'll also give you her address, where you should deliver it."
Please like and subscribe. It's free and it really helps me a lot.